Hello, welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel. It's me again, and you join me, of course, with the kettle on. What I'm doing now is, if you just followed on from the last video, is I'm going to start pulling things off I don't need. So, first job, taking that Volvo light off. I want that safe. I'm terrified about knocking it and smashing it because it's a super duper rare spare. Just start stripping it down so I can get to do what I need to do. I don't have that many parts yet. I've organised the mud wings, they're coming from Dingbro. I've organised tank straps, they come from Dingbro. Just got off the phone from Cheshire Truck Spares. They are organising fuel tank sender because apparently there's a couple of different ones that fit different tanks and stuff, so he's going to have a look at that, see if he can organise one of those and give us a ring back. So it's moving on, which is nice. First off, let's make a cup of tea and we'll get outside. First thing, get this light off. Tea. Snips. I've put my snips down somewhere, I don't know where. Oh, here they are. So, let's get a snip of them off. Snip. Snip. See if I can just take this off without having... No, I can't. Of course I can't. I have to take lens off. I've just got off the phone with Cheshire Truck Parts as well. He is looking into the send unit because they're not available anymore, and the fact of the whole thing's gone for me is a pain as well. It's not just the... That's some better nick than ours.
Well, that's good then.
That's good.
That was the woman divide.
I know. I was thinking that. How clean that is. That's even better than ours. God, how nice is that? Why not? But yeah, as I was saying, the fact of the whole send unit's gone makes life a lot harder because there's pipes that we're both in and the pipes run down to the bottom of the tank, except they're not available anymore. Finding them's a pain, and yeah. So what he's doing is he's going to have a look, see if he can organise or source one for me, and we'll go from there. Wind this off. Lovely. Then, I know. And this should just wiggle off. Just like that. Hey. Woohoo! Now I'll put this somewhere safe and sound. It was a scientist by this wagon. The fact that it had a Volvo rear light on it. Yeah, just a sign. I do believe in those sort of things sometimes. Yeah, signs and omens and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, call me crazy if you want. Well, I am crazy. I've just bought an ERF and there's a project and I've already got a house to do and everything else. So yeah, but I'm a good kind of crazy. That was slightly less dramatic than I was expecting it to be, but whatever. She's off. I don't know what to do about these bits. With these checker plate boards that someone's made up to put on, and I don't know whether I like them or not. I might leave them on, to be honest, because I think if I put them on and paint them and look nice, there'd be a nice little addition sort of thing. And also, if I wanted to put a beefy flap on and put a mud flap all the way across, there'd be a nice mountain bracket for it. But I don't know. Don't know. What's your opinions on it? Leave the checker plate? Get shut the checker plate. Bear in mind, it's not going to be polished or stay silver. It's going to be painted. It's going to be painted chassis colour, so it'll either be black or red. To be honest, it'll probably be red by the time I get around to doing them. Another thing I do want is good quality reverse lights. So what I'll probably put them in here, put them up into here, proper squares. I've got some in the shed. I'll probably put on so they're face down like that and shine out and light up the whole area where you're backwards in. Makes a massive difference. I've learned that from being on the tippers. Having good backwards lights in the dark make a big difference. Problem is, I want to keep it as a sort of age-related restoration, but modify it all at the same time. So it's not like I want to go full show spec with it, but I want to keep it a good age-related, but make it my own wagon at the same time, instead of just being box standard sort of thing. I don't know how to explain it really, but you probably know where I'm coming from. So I think we've also talked about the rear suspension. The back end's not airing up, so it's sitting on the bump stops which actually aren't there anymore. I think it came off when it was blasted. But I've been having a look, and I can see there's this valve here, ride height valve, and this rod which funny enough is not connected. It's knackered like, I need to make a new rod or get a new rod, one of the two. But if I put that into there, it should air up. It's not running at the minute, like. But yeah, hopefully that's a simple fix for that. Obviously, like I say, I've got to make a new rod because I don't know if you can see the state of that one. See if I can climb up and shove it. Rotten, and it's come out of the rubbers, and that's an earth strap which is doing nothing because it's not connected. State of that, man, it's haggard. So and make a new one of them. Make a new one or buy a new one of the two. Get this needle gunned off. This is why I want the chassis, the fifth wheel off, so I can get in. Give it a good needle gun, rattle off, get all the loose off, and paint it up nice. Yeah, that's big flaky bits off. Yeah, apart from that, we're looking pretty good. I do need that bush in there, like I know that, but I can get a photo one of them, no bother. But one thing I do like about this wagon as well, it's got a slidable fifth wheel. If I climb back down without catching myself, slidable fifth wheel, so I can have it all the way back, all the way forward. I can adjust where it is. It's another nice little bonus with the wagon. And also, the PTO is still there. The PTO is built into it. I will say as well, you see a lot of YouTubers now that do the same sort of toys as I do, where when they're taking things apart, they just smash them to bits. And to me, I hate it. I hate seeing waste. I hate seeing people just, if things are intact, just smashing them off with a hammer because they can for content. I'm not going to do that, so don't sit here waiting for it. I'd rather pull it apart, and even if I pull it apart and it doesn't come apart, then I can smash it off. This is also proven a point of why, another reason why I don't like sandblasting chassis. So some people are going to say, why don't I sandblast and paint the chassis? I'm not sandblasting because I know the damage sandblasting causes everywhere else. And also you can't get into the gaps and stuff, which is why I'm going to have to remove the fifth wheel and needle gun it off. So yeah, if you think sand pressurized just comes everywhere, like think of when you're at the beach and you take your shoes off and then you got sand in between your toes for the next 3 days. Imagine that, but times 100, and things that wear out instead of just go in the shower and get washed away. So I just undone this, and it's full of sand. If that's full of sand, think what your brakes are like, think what your prop bearings are like, think what all that seized up because of it. So yeah, that's one of my things against blasting and painting chassis. Unless you've got all the running gear out of them, you can try your best, but you're never going to stop the ingress of sand and grit everywhere. It just doesn't work, not in my opinion anyway. So I've been having a funny about, just messing about, having a think, seeing which way is the best thing to do about piping this exhaust up. And I found some 4-inch flue pipe, a stovepipe. It's good solid stuff, stainless I think, which would do the job. Obviously it's not going to do the job because it's 4-inch and this is a 5-inch. There's a great big hole there and it doesn't fit doing there. But it gave me an idea. Well, I should be able to get 5-inch stovepipe relatively easily. If you put 5-inch exhaust pipe, whoo, skyrockets. Nice flue. Jump in. Ooh, there's my kind of pop. I wonder where that went. Ready? I love that noise. I'll show you what I mean about this rod, which is disconnected. So if I put that onto the axle where it's supposed to be, I'll lift it up, you should see the back start to inflate. Which is good. I'll put that rod in below. And also there's an area from here. I don't know where it's coming from, whether it's coming from the valve itself or that. So, but it's ought to be looked at. Well, it's the next day to start. Hey, Basil! I got this. Basil, come here. Got the apprentice with me today, haven't I? Ah, my dad! It's Basil. Stop it. it's the next day and Dad is busy with the fuel tank. Isn't that right, but Dad? It is. It's resistant. Boop. He's just put the camera. So that's that bit. Dad's busy doing some repairs on the tank, smoothing off any dents, making it look spotty dog. While I'm also doing Kim's oil and filter today. So he's having a play with the tank, and then I'll paint it later on. And he's just helping me get on so I can get the thing moving. Bear me with on this one. So I have got, instead of going along the route of buying stainless pieces of exhaust, this is the original piece that goes onto the downpipe. I'll put this down here. Blue pipe. Well, it's a stovepipe. It's steel. It is solid, and you can see it's welded down there. It's steel pipe. It's enamel black. It's obviously going to take the heat. It might not survive as well if you're using the wagon all the time, but for what I'm going to use it for, it'll be fine. Look at that, man. Oh. Quick, straight into there. Lovely. I would ideally, to be honest, like the thing to run from there out and across the back of there with the A-frame on, so that night in there like that. It just looks a little bit nicer, but hey, what's up? It just looks a bit nicer. So I've got a bit of pipe in. It's my stovepipe, which, like I say, it should work quite nicely. You can see in line with that. I've got that strap holding that pipe up there, so I can get that lined up. And do a bit of offcuts over there, and hopefully this works quite well. Could be a top tip for this. A Phil Billy Bodge top tip. So that's my 90 on, which is going to lead straight into there. How good is that? That's worked out quite nicely. This pipe's off. I've made a bracket, a support, so it can hang on the bracket support on a rubber carrier, so it doesn't drop because of the weight. The downpipe is made. It's only held in by one screw at the minute, but it does the job. The downpipe, that's the in EMINOX. So yeah, just got to click this back in. Flying, man, we're flying. We should have an EMINOX fitted by a long time. Click. Ow, that's warm. Yeah, I've just welded that on and got a good meaty weld on it, so it's pretty warm. Lovely. So that's going to hang there like that. It just holds that support there. It's not going to fall off now. There's no weight really on it, but it just supports it. And that's going to go into there. Something like. Of course I've done it slightly wrong. Of course I have. Oh no. I marked it up and checked it and checked it and checked it and checked it. I figured it out, I just needed to move that joint there. Now it clicks together nicely. Let's see what your sounds like, because I haven't heard it with an EMINOX on. I haven't heard one with an EMINOX on in person for a long time, so let's see. I don't know what it's going to sound like. I don't know whether the bottom's going to fall out a bit either. It shouldn't do. That's shush. Shouldn't do. Let's go try it. It's a Cummins cold start, even though it's warm. Dad's being busy with the tank while I've been working on the exhaust. It is looking much better. Just with the prime it. Go on, mate. Get that primed, so you repaired all the bits where there was marks and tank strap pits and stuff. So, flying. And I am currently on just finishing the exhaust off. I did have it done, took it up the road, and it pulled apart the joint, so I'm not welding it. Welded on with that bit, but that's not going to come undone. see how she sounds. If I want to, I can make it louder. Well, I can't decide whether it's really good or what. Really, you can't tell going up and down the estate and ripping it in the yard, and you can't really tell empty. You need to have them loaded, hear them working, and so I think I'll leave it at that for the minute. I need to get that tailpipe finished properly, or find a new one, and leave it at that for the minute. So yeah, and then we'll come back to you soon. We'll show on the tank, get them work back on the tank. Good news, I found someone who can supply us a fuel tank sender, so let's turn that off. I say it's off. We'll call it a day. I hope you enjoyed that video again. I'm genuinely really excited about making progress with the ERF. I've made more progress than I expected to in the last week. Just bits and bats here and there, and next thing you know, you got a lot of the work done. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe for more ERF content. For more ERF content, and yeah, just I hope you're all well, and we'll see you soon. See you for now.